little bump, she always described it, because we were a very long way from it. We were on the port side of the ship, and Lizzie was on the starboard side of the ship.
At 11:30 or 11:20, I was in a bunk sleeping. The night watchman came down, said, all hands on deck, get your lifebelts on. We thought it was an emergency boat drill. We weren't very pleased with it. Anyway, we eventually went up on deck and stood by our boats.
Then you could see the ice for miles across the sea.
When could you see the ice?
Just before you get to the iceberg, you could see all the ice right across until she was struck. I didn't realize anything at all. I thought it was wonderful to see the ice like that, you know.
And my father went away and spoke to one of the sailors, and he came back and said, oh, we've hit an iceberg. And he went away again, and he came back and said, oh, I've spoken to one of the officers, they're going to launch the lifeboats, but you're all back on board for breakfast.
We were all allotted certain boats to go to. Number 13. We just stood around waiting for the orders, dancing around to the music. The musicians were on board, playing different tunes all day. Eventually got orders to get all of the children up to their lifeboats. I don't know what the time was, but it was getting on. Anyway, we got them all up, so managed to do it, and we got them into the boats.
They started to lower the boat, and my father put my mother and I without any trouble at all. That was it. I never saw him again. He told me to hold my mummy's hand and be a good girl. That's all he said.
We had to forfeit out of a sink in the boat, of course, to the passengers.
The panic seemed to me to start after the boats had gone. We could hear it. But when we were in the boat rowing away, then we could hear the panic of people rushing about on the deck and screaming and looking for lifeboats. I can only tell you I was terrified. Oh, dreadful.
At that time, the ship was getting well down. And all our lifeboats were away, except this one. The port side over the starboard side, I could see the water coming up the bridge like that. It was unbelievable. So I did, well, I was standing up to my knees in water then, I jumped up on the rail and dived into the water.
The bows went down first, and the stern stuck up in the ocean for what seemed to me like almost like a long time. Of course it wasn't, but it sort of stood up stark against the sky and then heeled over and went down.
Well, as I said, one of the sailors who was in the boat had to row further out because of the suction of the Titanic.
You could hear the people screaming and threshing about in the water. And finally, the ghastly noise of the people threshing about and screaming and drowning, that finally was seen.
When you had the lifeboat, you could see her lights going down, disappearing, like that. Because she was as high as this building, you know, very high ship. And you could see her lights disappearing all the time, till it got to the boilers, and then a most terrible explosion. And of course, right after the explosion, she went down, slow, like that.
I remember saying to my mother once how dreadful that noise was, and I always remember her reply, and she said yes. But think back about the silence that followed it. Because all of a sudden it wasn't there, the ship wasn't there, the lights weren't there, and the cries weren't there.
Well, we sat there about 20 hours, right through the night. Nothing to do, just living in hopes. Well, someone decided to curse and swear farther down on the ship, and someone said, this is no time for swearing, it's time to say your prayers, which we did. We all said our prayers there, the Lord's Prayer, all together, in the group. And I said to a fellow that was sitting with my back to me, I I'm tired, I go to sleep. I said, for God's sake, son, don't go to sleep. Of course we didn't. And I go to sleep, but I never woke up again.
When the dawn came up and we were being picked up by the Carpathia, I wasn't in the same lifeboat with her. I had spent the rest of the night screaming for her. And I found her, of course, on the Carpathia.
As they on board the dawn was, the lights of the ship's cleaning such a ship. So there's two. It turned out that one was the ship, the other was the iceberg. They were alongside of each other. It was the Carpathia that came up to take us home.
She was looking for me and I was looking for her. That must have been quite dreadful for people like my mother who would look round to see if my father had by any chance made it. Because the children couldn't climb up rope ladders. So we were each, one of us put in a mail sack, and that was terrifying, swinging about over the ocean.
After we were picked up on the Carpathia, my mother came to me because every time a lifeboat came, I went to see if my father was on it. And he wasn't. So my mother turned around and said, "You've lost your father, and you won't see your father anymore."
Sorry, I'm sorry. So